Hey, it's April Fool's Day, and I don't really give a fuck about April Fool's Day personally. I thought about doing some kind of prank and getting on here and talking about how I'm a Mormon now or something. Instead, I decided maybe I'll take some questions from the audience, because if it's a day for fools, who better to turn to than my audience? Not only did I turn to my audience, I turned to my audience at midnight. You know, the midnight crowd is just up browsing for porn. Oh my god, I gotta get my gay incestual midget fix. They're not trying to come up with intelligent questions to ask some internet vlogger. But I picked the top 10 questions based on how many thumbs up they got. And here they are! Do you really expect us to pay $50 for your documentary? Yeah, I do. If you are rowing upstream in a canoe and a wheel falls off, how many pancakes can you fit in a doghouse? Over 9. That's it. Your opinion on Ron Paul? Ron Paul is a douchebag. He does not believe in separation of church and state, which is something that Thomas Jefferson explicitly said that yes, the First Amendment does mean that there is to be a wall of separation between church and state, but Ron Paul doesn't believe that. He doesn't give a fuck what Thomas Jefferson said. He does not believe in a woman's right to choose. He believes that it should be left up to the states. So if you live in a state that says to a 14-year-old girl, sorry, sweetie, we're sorry that your daddy raped you, but you have to keep the baby because that's what Jesus would want. Ron Paul says that's A-okay. And he himself is actively opposed to abortion. So fuck him for that. Another problem with Ron Paul is that he is against gay adoption. That's right, when gay adoption was put up for a vote, Ron Paul voted against it. He said that he did not want children being raised by gay people. This is a man who says that he believes in civil liberties, ladies and gentlemen. He does not believe in civil liberties. If he is a civil libertarian, I am a fucking astronaut. What would you do if after you died, you actually ended up in the Christian afterlife? Well, I'm an atheist, so I would go to hell. I wouldn't go to heaven. I wouldn't get to play the harp and hang out with the angels and sing in the heavenly choir, you know, which is a good thing, because I don't have a very good singing voice in the first place. I'd probably knock them way off tune. But in hell, I think that'd be pretty cool, you know, roasting forever. That's pretty erotic, actually. You know, put me in a giant oven, spit roast me, I don't give a fuck. You know, I'm just meat anyway, you know, I'm this crude matter. I might as well roast eternally, and hey, at least all the people I like will be there, you know. I get to rock out with Nietzsche and the Marquis de Sade. Who do you motherfuckers in heaven got? C.S. Lewis, Thomas Aquinas? That sounds like quite a fucking party. Break out the sparkling grape juice. Woo! If you were a woman for one day, what would you do? If I was a woman for just, for one day, I would have sex for that entire day. Because, you know, if you're a man, you can have sex whenever a woman wants. But if you're a woman, you can have sex whenever you want. So I would just, you know, walk into every bar and be like, hey, who wants to fuck? Anybody? Come on, line up, form a line. Single file. 3 at a time, come on. My question though is, if I'm only a woman for a day, what happens if I'm in the middle of having sex when that day ends? You know, does my equipment become fused with the other guy's equipment, or how does that work? I'm curious. Would you rather give a blowjob to Hitler or Stalin? Hitler, I guess. I don't know. Why did this get so many upvotes? Why was this so popular? Like, yeah, we all want to know the answer to that one. Thumbs up. I remember I was watching the movie Little Nicky, and there was a scene where Hitler got a pineapple shoved up his butt, and I thought, that is vaguely arousing for some reason, and I was kind of disturbed with myself. But, you know, I have to admit, there was a connection there between me and Hitler, so yeah, let's do Hitler. If you could choose any afterlife already conceived by religion to go after you die, which would you choose and why? So I can choose any afterlife that a religion has already conceived of. I guess I would choose reincarnation. I wouldn't want to spend eternity with the same consciousness. I'd rather have my consciousness go away, or maybe just lie dormant behind the scenes as I experience a brand new life. But it would have to be reincarnated as another person. I wouldn't want to be reincarnated as like a dung beetle or something. Not that I have anything against dung beetles, I just don't want to lose that mental capacity that I've enjoyed as a human being. I'm sure that in the grand scheme of things, my mental capacity is nothing to brag about, nor is anyone else's on this little rock of shit floating around in the Milky Way galaxy. But even so, I'm not really eager to downgrade. Tits or ass? The only reason that human females have voluptuous breasts year-round, whether they're lactating or not, is to imitate ass. Most animals, they walk around on all fours. Even our great ape relatives tend to walk around on their knuckles. So that really only gives them one chance for a sexual display, and it's their posterior. You know, you see that, you're like, damn, that looks good, think I'll go tap that. But with human beings, because we stand totally upright, nature decided we need a sexual display up in front. So tits are kind of like ass 2.0. Now, do we say they're newer, therefore they're better, or do we say they're just an imitation, therefore they're inferior? It probably doesn't really matter which came first or which came second. I just like the butt better. You know, with cleavage, women buy bras in order to push that together. No one has to buy a bra to push their ass cheeks together. Everyone's ass cheeks are already together. You know, there's no deception there, except when they buy that wretched booty pop nonsense. Stop doing that. Just be honest. Don't give us false hope that there's more there than there actually is. There's plenty of guys out there who like small butts. They're idiots, but they're out there. What is your social security number? My social security number is over 9,000! Have you ever tried to suck your own dick? I mean, when I was young, sure, 13, 14, 15, but at this point, I've given up the idea that I'm anywhere near flexible enough to reach. I mean, and look at this obstacle I've got going on here. There is a big, gigantic set of swinging hairy man boobs and a ginormous gut just hanging there, getting in the way. So it's never going to happen. And even if I was skinny enough, I have the flexibility of a popsicle stick. You know, it'll bend a little bit, but anything beyond that, it's going to break. And I do not want to be the guy who tears his spinal column into fifths trying to fillet himself. There's a lot of ways I'm willing to die, but that is not one of them. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you didn't, don't blame me. Blame the morons who asked these questions and the morons who upvoted them. Hey, what are you still doing here? Alright, I'll tell you what. Since you're still here, I'll do it. Just for you. Over 9,000!